Hello everybody, welcome to my third devlog. AI is pretty cool. Well, not that AI. My game was originally going to just be a simple platformer, but after having some people test it out and getting their feedback, I decided to include some basic enemies and combat. I'm actually very glad I did. Having a character made by me move around by itself and follow my player was very cool the first time it happened. The way it works in Unreal Engine is very interesting. You have an enemy, the skin basically, and it has what's called a controller. And within the controller, you will need to create what's called a decision tree, which is where you place all of the actions that you want the enemy to take. And within the decision tree, you will have a memory, where you can actually store all the information, like if he's alive or dead, where he's going to walk to, or if he can even see the player or not. This is definitely something I need to master for future games I want to make. I really enjoyed making the decision tree, but there's so much I need to learn from it. For now, I'm going to focus on optimizing the enemies so that they can move properly and attack correctly. But I can see the potential for making really interesting enemies. The enemies in my game are still a work in progress. To be honest, I'm only going to make 2 enemies to start with, but they're going to have 2 abilities each, so that they feel a little more complex. It's the first time I make AI, and it's quite fun, but also very complicated. Hopefully the 2 enemies that I make will be enough for players to have fun with, at least for the first area. For the second level, I will try to make anywhere between 2 to 4 more enemies. But the sculpting, retopology, rigging, and animating is quite the task. I can see why so many games suffer from having very few enemies, and obviously that can affect the experience overall. However, there is something I challenged myself to do. There will be a boss at the end of the level, something I found quite challenging to make, but hopefully the players will like it as much as I enjoyed making him. And I am thinking about making a video specifically just about the boss, and how he's a little different than the regular enemies because he doesn't walk around. And with that, I think I'll leave this devlog here. Up next, I definitely need to talk about how I made the mountains, how I used some megascans, how I implemented some nanite, and a lot of optimization. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.